work on a student film.
Look into radio, local radio.
Right, that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, radio, local radio station, a small radio station, college radio station, anything that you can get your feet wet in, you know, do that. Wherever you are, start wherever you are. And there's so many different kinds of voice acting. There's not just anime. There's cartoons, there's video games, there's
public service announcements,
books on tape, toys. I mean, there's a plethora of different things. And doing commercials for your local radio station, you know, and probably
I auditioned the other day.
Get some for free.
The other day for a doctor's office answering machine. He wanted to hire a voiceover guy, but it was outgoing message on his answering machine.
I've done that.
Yeah. So this.
Yeah.
What?
He's talking about game design.
Oh.
You know, I mean, for a startup project, if you're probably going to have a smaller budget, I know that there are different groups online, like amateur voice actor groups that are getting together, and I'm sure, you know, I don't know specific websites, but I know of those groups. I will just do a search on the internet and look for those, and you know, have people audition for you, have them record their auditions and send you their auditions. And I would start.
I don't know how helpful this would be, but there's a website called Voice Bank online where you can look up specific talent agencies, and they have demos for all of their clients online. So you can actually go through and listen to all of the clips, and you know, if there's someone that strikes you as you like. The only problem being, I think most of those actors are located either in Los Angeles or New York.
It's actually my mother. Wouldn't that be great if that was a job, though? I would have taken it.
My favorite was, I guess, the Power Rangers. And I loved saying, excellent. Do you
have one?
Sure. It's, well, obviously the favorite series is Sonic X, and it was the line from the first show we did, and I had to do it like 20 times because it was a tongue twister and I could not get it out. It was, remember kids, don't use Formula One race cars when chasing hedgehogs.
Well, that is awesome. It's really hard for me to pick one favorite series. I've worked on a lot of shows, and I'm just grateful to have been working in the industry for a long time. I probably do have a favorite line now, because I think it's a catchphrase that you cannot beat. So here you go. What are you, stupid? There's no better line. There can't be. Ones that are paid.
Right.
You know, it's funny that I used to think, when I was a kid, and I just always assumed that I would pursue an acting career. I never really imagined anything else. When I was a kid, I remember watching TV, and I would see people doing, you know, like commercials for Summer's Eve douches, or tampons, or hemorrhoid cream, and I would think, oh my gosh, oh that's horrible. Oh, I would never do. Are you kidding me? I would do that in a heartbeat. I recently had a radio commercial audition that I did through my agent, and it was for something like, I don't know, vaginal dryness. And I'm like, oh God, please let me get this job. Please, I so want to talk to the world about my vaginal dryness. But, you know, no, any job, I don't care. My standards are so low. How about you? Commercial for vaginal dryness lately? Not that much.
I like, I don't know, I think this stems from, as a kid, I always pulled for the bad guy, you know, whenever I watched anything. So I like voicing like crazier, the bad characters are usually the most fun, you know, because you just can, I don't know, be evil, you know. It's cool.
I like the character-driven characters, real characters. I just did a video game called Dawn of Darkness where I played Thanatos, who was Russian. So I like that. Except the director wanted me to growl all the time. Boy, was my throat wrecked after that job. But, character-driven like Zed and Ratto Catzo. Straight stuff is hard for me to do. I don't have the best voice for the straightforward corporate stuff. Even though I try.
I don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, I love playing little boy characters. Those are awesome. I have so much fun with that. I really do have a lot of fun with that. But seriously, anything is fun.
There's it. Least favorite?
Most favorite and least favorite.
Least favorite, jeez.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if I have a least favorite
I
character.
don't really either.
I mean, I find something in every character that I do that I really enjoy doing, you know. I mean, there have been sessions that have definitely been harder than others. I mean, I recorded a video game a few months ago. I had strep throat during the entire session, so that was really, really brutal, and I, you know, wanted to die, but I didn't. So, you know, that, I don't know. Thank you.
Yeah, it wasn't a character that I disliked, but I had a character that was a very high, scratchy voice that I had to do. And God knows why I ever did that voice in the audition. Like, oh, that's the perfect voice. We'll use that one. And then, of course, I have to do that voice for hours. But I was Gemma in Ponyo Ponyo Baby Carrot. So that was. I loved the character, and I had little plush toys of Gemma. So you know, I do heart Gemma, but the voice was difficult. But it was still fun. I still enjoyed it. And you know, I can't pick a favorite. I just really can't pick one favorite. That's too hard. There are too many that I love.
It's least favorite and most
Least favorite.
Least favorite. Least favorite. Well, when I was doing this Thanatos, and I mentioned this in our earlier panel, I started really resenting the director because there was a lot of lines, and he asked me to reduce my bid on the job. And I did, because I hadn't read the whole script. So as we kept doing it, there was more and more lines, I started carrying a resentment towards the job because I wasn't getting paid enough. It was, anyway, but my most favorites is the one that pay fairly, and I guess you have to be Lord Zed, and I love doing Ratso Catzo on Wowzer, and I like Wizardman, though he wasn't around that long. Those were cool.